that he kind of likes the 10-ounce gloves because the 8s hurt his hand. I said the 8s were on my fist hurt the other guy's head, so I rather take the 8s.
Jeovanny Estela.
Hey guys, welcome back to SmokeMMA. Today, I'm joined by the man you all know and love, the one, the only, Jeovanny Estela. What's going on today, Mr. Estela?
Everything's going good, Anthony. How about yourself?
I'm doing very good. Thank you again for doing this interview with me.
Of course, I wouldn't miss it. It's a great interview all the time.
Thank you. And I just want to get right on into it. So your upcoming fight is tomorrow against Roque Augustin Junko. I probably butchered the heck out of his name.
Yeah.
But what's the lead been like up to his fight?
Camp has been great. I've been sparring with some top level guys in camp. I have 2 people in my camp that are, one's a pro. He's 11-0. His name is Steven Galliano. He's from New York. Now he's training with me in my gym in Castleberry. The gym is called SOHK, School of Hard Knocks, owned by Jason Galarza. And one of my coaches over there is named Craig Danger Duncan. Shout out to him, Team La Familia. That's my cup man and my other trainer, named Juan Memo. That I got a teammate right now that we're talking. He's fighting right now today. So I couldn't make it because I have my fight tomorrow, and I have to rest up and stuff like that. But I'm glad to be where I'm at. I have a guy named Amari Jones that is also, he's number 2 in the world at 152 in the amateurs, and he's one of my sparring partners as well. So I feel sharp for this fight. I feel more than ready.
It's good to hear. So when you're talking about like rest up and recovery, what was the weight cut like for this fight? Like how did it go? What was the diet like?
So the weight cut was a little strong, but it's because I started at a higher weight than normal. I started around like 165, 166. So for me to cut to 150, this fight was 149. It was around 15 pounds. And the first like week and a half was great. We got down to, I want to say like 156, 154. But the last 3 pounds are always the hardest because they're the last where you don't have as much water and stuff like that. You're not drinking as much water. But we did it perfect. We weighed in on the scale 149.8. So now I'm already, I just checked my weight and I'm 162. And it's been like 4 or 5 hours. So that's the best part.
So you like putting on the weight like as much as you can the day before the fight?
So I don't rush it. So literally that putting on the weight right now, I'm 10 pounds, 11 pounds up of what I weighed 4 or 5 hours ago. But it's not because I tried to just rush all the way as fast as possible. It's just a lot of liquid. So I might be 162 right now, but when I wake up in the morning after using the restroom and stuff like that, I might be 157, 158. But we try to get in the ring around the same weight that I was sparring at. And I was sparring at 163, 164 with all these top level guys. So with those 8-ounce gloves, it's a nice advantage.
So you prefer like the smaller gloves compared to the bigger gloves?
I do. And I was actually talking to one of my friends today that he's fighting on the card as well. His name's Anthony Velasquez. He was talking about that he's fighting at 154 for this fight instead of 147. Yeah. And that he kind of likes the 10-ounce gloves because the 8s hurt his hand. I said the 8s were on my fist hurt the other guy's head. So I rather take the 8s. Yeah,
that's
but it was
good.
nice.
Yeah. So is there anything in your opponent's style that you really have to look out for in this fight?
I think the main thing I should look out for is to make sure that he doesn't get comfortable. Make sure that he doesn't get comfortable because he's done 6 rounds. I think the most that he's done is 8 rounds. So he's had 2 fights at 8 rounds, I want to say, and a couple of 6-round fights that he's lasted the 6 rounds. So I don't want him to think that he's going to take me into the deep end because, this is going to be my first 6-rounder, but we train for 8, 10 rounds. You know what I mean? We train for the best. If I were to train for 6 rounds, that would be very stupid of my part. Because any hiccup could change up the fight, a body shot, a head shot. So I don't want to let him get comfortable, and I want to establish my jab, starting from the first round, starting from the body shots and stuff like that in the first round to set the pace my way.
Exactly. So you're trying to like put him on the back foot to keep him guessing throughout the fight?
Yeah. put him on the back foot, and then when he does get that urge to, oh, I'm pushing back in because he's a smaller dude. He's, I want to say, like 3 inches shorter than me. Whenever he does decide, oh, I'm gonna go inside and start rushing him, I'll step back and I'll work from outside as well. So I want to make sure that he knows that the power is there, especially with those 8-ounce gloves. I want him to make sure that he knows to respect my power and to try to catch him off guard. One thing I saw about his videos is when I was studying him is he's not as defensively correct as a boxer wants to be. He throws some of the punches and puts his hands back down. So I want to take advantage of that, but without getting caught trying to get advantage of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So like that kind of leads you right into my next question of how much of a so in our last interview we talked about like your strengths is and like your hand speed and you're able to switch stances whenever you want. How big of an advantage is it to have that switch stance over your opponent who likes to see who from what I've seen likes to stay pretty uptight, close, and like head down?
Yeah, I saw that he likes to push people back and stay pretty close and stuff like that. One thing that's really gonna help is the switching, because I can be inside with him as a righty. Let's say orthodox. I'm inside. I take this left step back, and now I'm already lefty, and I'm a foot away from him at my range, because I will most likely have my longer reach than he does. And I could use that to my advantage. Whether I'm lefty or righty, I just take a step back and I'll switch to the other side.
Gotcha. And then also taking a little step back, you were saying how this is your first 6-round fight. What have you done to like prepare for 6 rounds?
A lot more cardio, a lot more running in the mornings, a lot of more just heavy training. So I've been doing more strength and conditioning. I do it Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, we're training 3 times a day. Tuesdays, we're sparring in the afternoon or sparring in the morning and training in the afternoon. So we're staying very active and applying different things than the last camp, meaning more better sparring, better training, more rounds in sparring. So if we do 10 rounds or 8 rounds of sparring, I'm still feeling like I can do more, I know I'll be set for 6.
Gotcha. So it's like more of like a cardio thing that you've been working on?
Yeah, we're trying to see how we feel after the 6th rounder. Obviously, if we go the 6 rounds and get the W, I'm happy with it. But I would like to finish. I would like to get this fight done before the first 2 or 3. I want to get this fight done.
And so, with it being fight week, is there anything that you tend to like do during fight week, like any fight week traditions or things that you like to do consistently?
One thing that I really have to do when it's leading up to fight week, I do a lot of cryos, and the same thing I was talking to you about recovery. I do cryotherapies, and I do I forget what they're called. They're like little boots, big boots that you put on your legs, and they help out your legs. So you can do those extra runs to lose those extra weights. And I like to get massages as well, because most of the weight is from your upper body and stuff like that. So in your thighs. So my back sometimes gets a little like I would say like sore, and I have to get a massage and a cryo, then go lose 4 pounds, and then do the boots or something like that. I keep the recovery spread out, one thing a day or something like that.
So you like to do it consistently over time, so then your body isn't like fully recovered and then you're hurt the next day. So then like it's just a consistent thing.
Especially my mom likes when I do it after a training, but I like doing it before the training, for I know I can lose the amount of weight that I want to. I could be at peak performance for that. So like today after the weigh-in, I went and did a cryo to make sure I feel good and I feel amazing for tomorrow.
You feeling all charged up, ready to go?
What? I'm feeling super charged up. Like before the weigh-in, obviously most people don't really drink or eat before the weigh-in for like even the night before. Sometimes you don't drink or eat. It's hard. This is one of the hardest things about boxing, making weight. This is your job. So the night was hard and stuff like that, and then the weigh-in was at 4, so I had to hold it all the way from 11 or 8 o'clock when I woke up to 4 o'clock. And once I put on that weight, once I get to drink my first Pedialyte, I feel amazing. I eat my fruits and vegetables and stuff like that. And once I go to Olive Garden, like I said, I was at Olive Garden, I still got more waiting for me. So the trick is to not just put on all the weight as fast as you can. I put on a good amount of weight fast with liquid because it's liquid. I can just drink it and I'll go to the bathroom and pee it out. But as soon as I start feeling full, I stop eating completely, and I'll just put the to-go boxes and stuff like that. So right now it's around what time? Oh damn, what did I do? 10:32. All right, so it's 10:32. Probably around like 11:30 or 12. If I get hungry, I'll go in the fridge and I'll start eating. But once I start feeling full again, cut it out until tomorrow morning and then eat. So it's good to spread it out.
Yeah. And then, so my next question is, you were originally supposed to fight against an opponent on February 19th. What happened to that fight that it didn't end up happening?
February 19th. What fight was that? Oh, that was the Kentucky fight. Okay, so I was supposed to go to Kentucky to do my first 6-rounder, and I was very excited for that. I was doing podcasts and stuff like that. I was making the weight. I think the fight was going to be at 149, just like this, 150. But I think I was already at like 153, 154, and I was supposed to leave on the plane Thursday. And I got a call from my manager, Mike. He's a big shout out to him. He's the one that hooked me up with this fight. He's coming down actually from Vegas right now to come be at my fight to support. A great manager, a great guy. And I got the call from my manager saying that I want to say it was like 4 or 5 days before, saying that it might be like a 50-50 chance if it was going to happen or not. The fight in Kentucky, I guess there was certain problems with the show over there, so it wasn't looking like it was going to happen. Then the next day, I got the call, and he was like, "Listen, this fight's not going to happen, but I already found you another one." So he booked me up quick. I think I got after this fight. I can't say the dates yet. But after this fight, I think I already got 2 or 3 lined up. So before July. So it's looking well.
So with having all these fights lined up, how many times are you looking to fight before the end of the year?
That's what me and my father were talking about that, because when we got told about these next 2 or 3 fights that are coming up, we said, hell yeah, if we do this fight right now, this is going to be our first one of the year. 3 more before or before August. We could fit in another 3. 3, yeah, I think another 3 or 4 from August to December, and that could be a 6 or 7 fight year.
So you're looking to be as active as possible over the year?
Yeah, I like being active. One thing that I like doing is, like, tomorrow I fight Saturday. I'll probably take off Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday I'll be back in the gym. Either I'm running or training again, and Thursday I'll spar again. But I like staying active because if you take a break, your whole body gets used to that, taking a break, and you start feeling normal again when you're already at this high level. So I'd rather stay at that high level, or if not, get a little bit lower and go back up to fight camp.
Gotcha. So what's your goal by the end of the year? Like, what are you looking to accomplish by the end of the year?
A big goal for the end of the year would be amazing to be. So I want to finish this year above 10-0, obviously. This would be 7-0, 3 fights. So probably before August or September, be double digits. So 10-0, God willing. And if I do another 4 or 5 fights, I can get noticed. In these next couple fights, I want they look like they might be televised. So I get I get the views and stuff like that, and hopefully, God willing, with the right performances, we can get a top prospect of the year. That would be amazing. That would be amazing.
Then, so what would a big win this Saturday night do to your career, like moving forward, having all these fights lined up?
I say a big win this Saturday in a dominating fashion would be really great for my career. A lot of eyes would be open. This one, God willing, everything goes well. In tomorrow's fight, it will be televised on Bally Sports. That's where Intro Box, something that's coming out new. So I'm glad to be in the right position at the start of something new. So it's perfect. And they look like they want to do a lot of fights this year, and I'm more than happy to be on all of them.
So do you prefer like these quick turnaround fights, or do you like the longer training camps?
I like the longer training camps, and I like the quick turnaround fights. So, but in my head, I'm looking at it kind of like I'm just continuing the training camp that I just based off of. So it's kind of like an all-year training camp, because the most I take off is 4 or 5 days, and that's after a fight, and I'm back onto the training camp. So it's not like I'm not picking up so far of where I left off.
Yeah. All right. And then, so I'm just making sure I didn't skip anything.
All good.
All right. So that's all I got for like questions about you specifically.
It's all good.
I just want to jump into some questions about like the current boxing climate and get your thoughts and opinions on some of these things.
Let's do it.
So starting it out, what is your opinion on fighters like Vasily Lomachenko, Alexander Usyk, and the Klitschko brothers staying in Ukraine to support their country against the current Russian invasion?
I think it's amazing, very brave. A lot of people are saying that I saw some comments under a post of Cambosos talking about that he sent the contract to Vasily and Vasily said no. I saw a lot of like, you could call them haters, saying, oh, he's just scared that he doesn't want to fight. That's not what it is. He's representing for his country, because if he doesn't do it, who's going to do it? He's using his platform for something better, using him and himself, and all of them are staying in their country. That's very brave, especially when there's bombs and shellings going on. When I'm losing weight in the gym, running on the running machine, I'm looking at all that on the screen, and it looks crazy on the screen. Imagine in person, seeing you're training or something like that, and you see a bomb take out a hospital or take out a school. So it's very brave what they're doing. I hope everything goes well with Ukraine, and I wish everybody the best over there.
Yeah, I'm with you. It's a very sad thing to see in the world currently, but yeah, I'm with you. I hope everything goes well for them as well. And so my next question is, what is your opinion on the fight that happened a couple of weeks ago, Josh Taylor and Jack Catterall?
I didn't get to watch it. I heard a lot of controversy about Taylor's win. I heard that it was supposed to go the opposite way, but they gave it to Taylor. And I didn't get to watch the fight. That fight I want to watch, and also the Colbert fight. I heard I saw the highlight that he got dropped and stuff, but the guy he fought was a great fighter as well. And I saw that he pulled the win on Colbert.
Yeah, the fighter Chris Colbert fought was actually a huge underdog. I think he was like a plus 1,100 underdog in that fight.
Look at that. That's
Ended
crazy.
up coming and winning. And in the
dropping him too.
Exactly. And then in the Josh Taylor Jack Catterall fight, everyone thought Jack Catterall won, including ESPN. So they updated their rankings and they put Jack Catterall at number 1. And I think the belt organizations are giving Jack Catterall they're trying to give him the immediate rematch. Yeah,
especially after such a controversial match that even the ESPN and the rankings thought he won. That would be great, especially for him. He deserves it. Boxing is very at some points it turns into a very negotiation sport and stuff like that. So it's good to keep boxing true. So if you win, you win. You're supposed to win that fight. You know what I mean? All the hard work that boxers do, it's supposed to pay off. You know what I mean? So for him, he doesn't get that happiness that it paid off. Now he needs to get a rematch for him to get that happiness.
Yeah. And now speaking of like very promoter and promotion oriented, there was a fight that was supposed to be made between Jamal Charlo and Jamie Munguia. Both fighters agreed to the terms, but the fight that reason that fight didn't happen is both PBC and Golden Boy Promotions wanted it to be on their platform, and they didn't reach an agreement, so they had to throw the fights away. So do you believe that promotions are getting too involved in making fights happen?
I think that especially for the big fights, they should be more willing to work with each other and maybe find a certain in the middle. Because I get there's PBC and there's another corporation here. They should find the middle point that it's not really about each organization, or it's not on each organization. It's not on either organization. It should be on both, or maybe see who gets more views. If you're gonna battle it out, see who gets more views on their platform, or find a in the middle platform that they could work for them. But that's how we're gonna see big fights. A lot of these people are signed by different management companies, and it's not gonna happen.
Mm-hmm. Like we saw it with, I think it was Sean Porter and Terrence Crawford. Sean Porter was signed to PBC, and Terrence Crawford was signed to Top Rank at the time. So Sean Porter wanted that fight to happen. Terrence wanted that fight to happen. So they reached an agreement with PBC and Top Rank that Sean would go fight under Top Rank for the one fight.
Yeah. See, that's amazing. That's what boxing should be about. Especially the best. When you get to that point, that is the best versus the best, you got to make it happen.
Exactly. That's what I don't think that's what a lot of the promoters are not understanding. I think they're looking at it as like too much like a political perspective, like of a money
Boxing
game.
very political.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very.
And then my last question about current boxing is Anthony Joshua is out since Alexander Usyk is out fighting in the war. He was calling for the fight against Deontay Wilder, even though his coaches and promoters were advising him against it. What is your opinion on that?
So whose coaches are advising against it? Anthony Joshua's are advising against it?
Yeah, Anthony Joshua's coaches
I say he
telling him
should
not
listen to his
take it.
coach because one, you saw obviously he got his win, his rematch win over Andy Ruiz, but you saw what one hit can do to Anthony Joshua. You saw what happens with what happened to Deontay with his last fight with Fury, but Fury and AJ are a big difference. You know what I mean? There's I would say Fury would win Anthony Joshua 10 out of 10 times. And Deontay Wilder has that power that it doesn't have to be 10 out of 10 times Fury will win Deontay. There could be that 8 out of 10 times that 2 of those times Deontay might knock him out. You know what I mean? They could fight 10 times and it can go different ways. I say that power difference from Anthony Joshua to Deontay Wilder could be the big thing. That Deontay Wilder lands a wild punch and it's a night for Joshua, but as well, you saw the fight with Ortiz when Ortiz was winning Deontay Wilder easy from outside and it only took 1 punch. That could be the same thing with Joshua, but what happens if he doesn't get hit with that punch? He wins by decision. So you never know. Those heavyweights hit so hard that they both have knockout power. It's anybody's game right there.
Yeah, that's the name of the game, though. 1 punch can change it all.
Yeah.
Just like how you were saying.
Any weight class, too.
Yeah, just like how you were saying in your fight, you're looking like you like the 8-ounce gloves. It's smaller, more hurt on their face compared to hurt on your hand. So, like.
Exactly. The same way I could hurt their face, they could hurt my face. I just got to avoid that from happening to me.
Exactly. And so that rounds out my current boxing news questions. Up next, I just want to run through some upcoming fights with you, get your predictions, who you think's going to win and why. And yeah.
Let's do it.
So first up, we got Shakur Stevenson versus Oscar Valdez.
I was just talking about that fight. I ran into Eli Sekback today, and he was asking me about it and stuff like that. And I say that Shakur's the favorite, but Oscar has that puncher's chance. And Oscar shouldn't be such a B-side. You know what I mean? This is champion versus champion, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a great fight. You saw what he did with Burchell, but Burchell only comes forward. Shakur can push forward, but by not letting you hit him. You saw how he did with Jamal Herring and pulled off an excellent performance. I would say it's leaning definitely towards Shakur Stevenson. Like if I was gonna bet anything, it would be on Shakur. But Oscar Valdez definitely has what it takes to pull an upset because they don't have it 50-50.
I've seen a lot of people comparing this to like the Canelo versus Floyd Mayweather too, like the different versions themselves. What's your opinion on that?
I feel that you could look at it that way, definitely. Because Shakur definitely has that type. Well, he doesn't have such a running style. He has like a pushing you back with not without getting hit. You know what I mean? But I could see it that way, like a Mexican versus USA type of thing, definitely.
Then up next we have Amanda Serrano versus Katie Taylor.
I want Amanda Serrano. I think that fight is gonna be awesome. It was awesome fighting on the Jake Paul undercard with her, and I actually talked to her after the fights and stuff like that. I went to her hotel with my girlfriend, and we had a good talk. She's a really nice person inside and outside the ring, and she's crazy. She's a crazy beast inside the ring with those gloves on, bro. You saw she left that last girl's face.
Oh yeah,
it looked like she got stung by bees everywhere, bro.
It
looked crazy. So
it almost looked
her
as if she didn't put up a fight.
Crazy. What you said?
It looked as almost if the other girl didn't go in there to fight.
Yeah, No. It looked like she got jumped by like 2-3 people. And that's how it looked. And it looked like Amanda Serrano was throwing heat from the first round to the end. She was throwing hard punches. I was like 5-6 rows back, and you could hear the punches. Like it was an amazing experience.
Now, she was calling for Katie Taylor she wanted that fight to be 3-minute rounds. Katie Taylor declined. Do you think the fight would have been even bigger with 3-minute rounds?
I think so. Hell yeah. I don't know why it would even be a thing to do it 2-minute rounds. I think especially at that such a high level, it should be 3-minute rounds. Like you gotta have time to display your technique, time to display your practice.
Yeah, so that's what Amanda Serrano was saying too. She's like, if this fight is as big as it already is, why not make it 2 times bigger? Make it just as long as the men's fights, 3-minute rounds, 10 rounds, or 12 rounds, and just see who comes out on top. But yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I say it should be a 12 round, 3 minutes. They're both training as hard as possible for this fight, and they both deserve the same. This is gonna be the first like big women's main event, especially in Madison Square Garden, right?
Yeah.
It should be 12 3-minute rounds, like how the men do it. So it would be amazing.
Then up next we have Dillian White versus Tyson Fury.
Oh, I got Tyson Fury. Fury. I don't know. I don't see anybody beating him. And then I think after that, Jared Anderson is going to start taking over.
You think Jared Anderson is going to be the next big wave?
I think so. And even Fury said it too. He said after I pass up this torch, he's going to take it. So
do you feel like this is going to be a harder stylistic matchup for him than Dillian White was? I mean, than Deontay Wilder was?
I think that he's not gonna be as wild, but I don't know. After what we saw, what was his name? The other Russian that's a freaking amazing that fought with Klitschko.
Oh, Alexander Pulev, right? No, not Pulev.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Pulev.
I think so. Oh no, Povetkin. After
that's
what we saw, I knew it was with a P. After we saw how Povetkin set that uppercut up, I think if Fury applies the pressure and tries to fight how he did Deontay Wilder, he could pull it off. The same thing. It only takes a couple hits, especially at that weight class. A couple of hits landed great, they're going down.
Yeah, that's the heavyweight division, the biggest, baddest men with the biggest, baddest punches.
Exactly.
Then we have.
And they got 10-ounce gloves. Like it's from. I got 8 ounces, but that's only up to 153, 154, and it depends what state you're in. But once you're above 154, it's 10 ounces all the way to 250, 300 pounds, bro. All these guys are usually 2 ounces more than me.
And Tyson Fury said he wants to come in even heavier for this fight. In his last fight, he came in 277, and he wants to come in. I think he was saying 300.
Oh my God, that's crazy. That is crazy.
And up next, we got Ryan Garcia versus Emmanuel Tago.
So I actually know what camp Emmanuel Tago was from. A lot of people don't know who he is and stuff like that, but I've seen him a lot with Xander's Eyes and Centeno's boxing camp. So I haven't seen a lot of his footage and stuff like that, but I'm guessing if he's sparring with Xander, he's sparring in that camp with all the pros that they spar with. This guy's the real deal. You know what I mean? He's coming to win, especially with Centeno in his corner. I give Tago the chance, and I haven't even seen his footage just because of where he's coming from. And we've seen King Ryan fight, and it's just been so long since we've seen him fight. So this is gonna be his first get back. It would be nice to see a great fight between the two.
Also, in the meantime, while Ryan has been out, he suffered hand injuries, and he has switched trainers in the meantime. So there's a lot of variables in this fight.
Yeah, that's true. And then you saw how Canelo was talking about him, saying that he's not really focused in training. He comes to shadow boxing and he leaves. So now I saw that his new trainer is talking about that he is a very hard trainer. I mean, a very hard worker. Yeah. And he's loving what he sees in Ryan. So maybe it was a good change for him, or maybe it was a mistake. We'll see when he fights that day.
And then up next we have Errol Spence versus Jordan Ugas.
Well, I got Spence. Spence is just too sharp, bro, and he carries power for throughout all the rounds, and then all his power that he hit you with the first 7, 8 rounds, they take effect on that 10, 11, 12.
Yeah.
So I got Spence.
Do you feel like it's gonna be like a stylistic matchup sort of thing, or do you just feel like he's gonna overwhelm him in all categories?
I think it's gonna be a stylistic matchup, but I feel like one of the two are gonna try to push the other one back to see who pushes back. And let's say Ugas tries to push Spence back. I don't think Spence is gonna want him to push him back, so he's gonna then it's gonna be a little brawl, and then they're gonna go back to boxing. You know what I mean? I think it's gonna keep switching like that.
Then do you feel like the winner of this is gonna fight Terrence Crawford to become undisputed?
That would be amazing. That would be the best of the best. And then I saw that if it would be crazy to for the winner to fight with Crawford and be the undisputed, and then 2 undisputed fight each other. So if Josh Taylor still has all the belts, he goes up and fights Crawford. That would be crazy.
Now, who do you think wins that fight between Terrence Crawford and the winner of this one?
If it's Spence, it's gonna be a hard fight. But I think the switches from lefty to righty from Crawford can be the deal breaker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Obviously, Spence is such at such a high level that he knows how to fight a righty and he knows how to fight a lefty. But does he know how to fight both at once?
Exactly.
And the power matchup and stuff like that, they both match up very evenly.
Mm-hmm. And then up next we have Canelo Alvarez versus Dimitri Bivol.
Oh my God, I got Canelo. I'm going with Canelo all the way. I think he's going against a very tough opponent, especially going up in the weight class and stuff like that. And I'm excited to watch that fight. I know that fight's going to be a fight to watch. I feel like it's going to be like Canelo versus Triple G, but Triple G on steroids. You know what I mean? Like, this guy's young, big, knocking everybody out. He has good boxing too. He's not just somebody that's a heavy hitter. He has amateur pedigree that's serious, Olympian and stuff like that. Like I think over 300, 400 fights.
I think something like that I saw, yeah.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be a great matchup. But I got Canelo showing his dominance and showing his power in that he can carry that power up the weights.
Now, so Canelo signed a 2-fight deal with Matchroom, so he's fighting Dimitri Bivol on May 8th, and then I think he's going for the 3rd Triple G matchup in September. Who do you think wins that 3rd Triple G matchup? I got Canelo. And what weight would that be at? That would be at 160 or 168? It would be at 168 for all the titles. Yeah, I think Canelo. Would Triple G, unless he pulls like a Donier, like the Nonito Donier and pulls an upset, but I don't see it. If he couldn't beat him well, it's controversial, but if he couldn't get the decision the last two times, Canelo's too strong now. I think Canelo might be able to stop him. And then I don't know if you saw I don't know if it was the exact last one or 2 fights ago when Triple G fought another Russian and the guy was pushing him back. Yeah, I think it was like 2 fights back, and he was like Triple G. He was pushing him back, walking him down, and I thought Triple G was gonna lose that fight. And I think Canelo's just too strong, and he'll do the same, or outclass him with boxing. Yeah. Also, I think it's a big of the age difference going to play a big part, because I think Triple G is over 40 and Canelo's like in his 30s. Exactly, he's on his way out, so it would be like it's not even passing the torch because he doesn't have the torch. Canelo took it from him years ago. So. Then up next we have Gervonta Davis versus Rolly Romero. Oh, I had talked to Eli about this one. I said Rolly. I mean, no, I didn't. I said Davis. I said Davis because I saw that Rolly had said bet the house on me and this and that. My dad was next to me. He said I wouldn't bet the house because then I'm homeless. I was like, yeah, that's true. I would definitely go for Davis. I don't think about it like this. I've seen Davis get hit and he doesn't move, you know what I mean? And he's lasted those 12 rounds with high competition, and I don't see a way that Rolly can either knock him out or I'll point him.
definitely not outpointing Tank. And then we saw the fight with, I want to say his last name was Martinez, the Dominican guy that fought with Rolly. And I thought Rolly lost that fight. You know what I mean? So and then if you look at the style matchup between Davis and Martinez, the one that should have beat Rolly, Davis will knock this guy out.
Yeah.
So it's not even fair. So I think it should be the same way with Rolly. I say it would be past the 5th round, but before the 9th.
Oh yeah, so like in that 5th to 9th range, yeah.
Yeah, I would say like 6 to 8.
Gotcha. Because we've also seen with Gervonta Davis in his fight against Mario Barrios how he was able to withstand the storm and then come back from being down on points. In his fight with Isaac Cruz, he was able to make the adjustments to adjust to this little short dude running at him, taking all his punches.
Yeah, and he was blocking some of those punches on those uppercuts that literally if they touch, you're going to sleep. And I don't think Rolly has that defensive skill. Or some people were calling it even luck, but they were definitely calculated. Those blocks from Isaac Cruz. I think that should have been Ryan Garcia's next fight. I think that's the fight that he should have done. Obviously, it's good to do a warm-up fight, but I don't think he's doing such of a warm-up fight with Emmanuel Otago.
Yeah, I agree, but like there was a lot of controversy with that because like Ryan was saying with Golden Boy, they reached out to Cruz and he didn't accept, but then Cruz was like, I never got the offer. So like it was a lot of just back and forth on Twitter is what it looked like.
Yeah, there's a lot of Instagram boxers sometimes.
And then we got David Benavidez versus David Lemieux.
I got David Benavidez, especially after how Saunders boxed him out. I don't think it's gonna be like that he's gonna outbox him, but I think he's gonna bully him.
Yeah.
So I got Benavidez on that one. That one, Benavidez is too strong, big dude. My manager had just told me that he saw him. Excuse me, that he met him last week, and he's way bigger than you would think for 168?
Yeah, 168.
Yeah, for 168, he's a big dude, tall dude, and like big. And my manager is like 6 foot, so I was like, yeah, he must be big.
Now, how do you feel like David Benavidez would match up with Canelo?
I say that would be a great fight. Mexico versus Mexico, it would be a huge ticket seller. I think that would be a way better fight than Triple G versus Canelo. I say that should be the next fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That fight was originally offered to him. So the deal with that Canelo made with Matchroom, it was I think you saw it, but it was between that a 2-fight deal with Matchroom or a 2-fight deal or a 3-fight deal. Wait, no, hold on. And it was a 2-fight deal with Showtime to fight one of the fight Jermell Charlo, I want to say. I keep forgetting which brother's which.
Yeah, I don't know which one it is. The 160.
Yeah. It was either it was the deal between the Triple G3 and Dimitri Bivol or David Benavidez and one of the Charlo brothers.
Yeah.
And so he took the Matchroom deal.
I think that would be I think both of the fights were good, but I think the fans would have liked the other side better. Benavidez and Charlo would be amazing. That's the best versus the best. They're both young. They're ready. You know what I mean? They're not too young, but they're both in their prime. So this will be the time.
Then do you feel like Canelo, so assuming he beats Dimitri Bivol, do you feel like he'd go for the undisputed at 175 against the winner of Joe Smith Jr. and Artur Beterbiev?
That would be history. And, Canelo's all about doing history. He don't care about going up in weight classes or going down. That would be huge in history. And he's trying to leave his mark. I think that's a possibility.
And then, so that's all I have for upcoming boxing matches. Now, I just want to get your opinion on who are your top 5 pound-for-pound fighters currently.
All right, top 5, and not in any order. I would say Canelo, Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence. I like Vasily Lomachenko, but he lost against Teo, but he didn't do what he had to do. I'm at 3. No Vasily yet.
Oh, sorry.
Damn, this one's hard, bro. I was gonna say Josh Taylor because the great performance that he did against Ramirez, but he technically lost his last fight. You know what I mean? He didn't show what he had to do. Davis could be up there, but I don't know about top 5. And I'll put Vasily in there. and I can't say what's Vasily's friend's name. I can't say Usyk because I haven't seen him fight in a while.
Yeah.
Oh no, he just beat Anthony Joshua. I'll put Usyk. Their movement, those last two people's movements are crazy.
That's a solid top five. So we got Canelo, Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence, Vasily Lomachenko, and Alexander Usyk.
Yeah.
Solid.
What's yours? What's your top five?
Oh, you put me on the spot like that?
Yeah, it's your
All
top
right.
five.
I gotta go Canelo, Terrence Crawford. Then I would go Usyk. Ooh, this is tough.
It's tough, bro.
These last two are the tough ones.
Yeah.
Then I probably put Inoue up there.
And I forgot about him.
And then probably at number 5. Damn, you really put me on the spot. I wasn't prepared for this.
Hey, Inoue is a good one for sure.
And 5, I'm gonna go with the winner of Shakur and Valdez. The winner of Shakur and Valdez.
Okay.
5.
Yeah, that's a really solid top 5.
Well, yep, that's everything I got prepared. Thank you again for doing this interview with me. Is there anything you want to say to the people watching this video?
Everybody check me out after this. It might be too late for you guys to watch the fight tomorrow because the fight's literally tomorrow. But check out the highlights. Check out the stuff on Instagram, Jeovanny Estela. I know Anthony will tag me under the post. Follow me on my social medias and my gym social medias. Like this post. This kid is amazing. He's coming up. And anytime you wanna do an interview, I'm more than down. And probably after this fight, I'll make sure that we get a good recording and we'll talk about this fight.
Sounds good to me. And I was about to say, I'm put all your social media links in the bio of this video. Make sure to go check out Mr. Jeovanny Estela. He's on his come up. He's gonna be world champion within a year. Make sure to check him out and be on him. You want to know him before he gets huge.
God win.
Thank you so much for watching the video. See you guys next time.